whitecaps on the river today. Not a day to be out rowing. Hey! Yeah, and we're back. We've got another long drive ahead of us. About 10 years ago, my brother was going to put a floor in his garage and turn it into a room, and then he didn't end up doing it. Well, all that lumber had been cut and stacked up at the farm. So I'm on my way to retrieve it. However, I got notice after I talked about it yesterday of yet another Rona case in the high school, and another teacher who tested positive. So just gonna wave, hey mom and dad, and stay over there. But yeah, I got the trailer unloaded. I was doing my little walk around, and I found a problem. We probably should fix that before we go. All right, let's get out of here. And just like that, another day gone. It's the next day. I opted not to unload the trailer when I got home, something I regret a little bit now because it rained all night. Originally we were supposed to get some Santa pictures right now, but there's a break in the weather. It's supposed to start pouring tomorrow, so we pushed it back a day so that I could get this trailer unloaded and not get quite so much water on everything, and maybe not have to unload in the actual rain itself, just in the screaming wind. But you know what's nice? There's not much of a breeze in here today. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, I don't quite have enough to do everything we want to do, but I've got an awful lot. That's something. I need to pick up because buy local. Now it's starting to rain again. I need to pick up and make some room because this is an awful lot of wood. Speaking of rain, I wonder if it's dripping inside anywhere. Grr. Still up there somewhere. But ooh, is it dry in here? We have two very small spots, but we got all this sealed up. Nothing over here. All right, let's get some stuff picked up. Let's get us a truck unloaded, and then we can look at what I have wrought. Ooh. Well, it's all inside. Huh. Well, it's almost all inside. And boy, have I got a mess. I got all this, which I kind of got spread out because it was loaded, covered in ice. I've got that, which is poplar. This and stuff is still on the trailer, which is poplar. I started to stack all of it in there, and then I realized, the hell am I going to do with it in there? And I'll never be able to get it out. These boards are going to be too large to take out through the hallway. So I stopped, and I'll have to take them down to the river house and find a spot down there. I see uses for it when it comes to building things like pantries and closets and whatnot. They're big enough to be turned into say the front window seat benches, but it's Western poplar, right? So surely I can find something prettier than that. I am leaning on a stack right here, and I got this stack right there. I was worried I was getting quite a bit of weight up here, especially since, again, some of those have got waterlogged issues. So this is what I've got to work with and at least use up. You figure that purchasing the modern equivalent of each and every one of these rough cut boards has got to be, well, I use some at 10 foot, some at 14. Let's call it $12 a piece. So at that, which I think is a pretty low ball number, there's a couple $100 up here. You'll notice, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Ooh. There's some issues, but since they are going to span these ceilings, oh, I got all those too. They're going to span these ceilings. They've only got to be flat and straight on one side, the downward side. It is true that I plan on putting a storage platform up there, but that don't need, yeah, it'll be fine. But I'm going to drop the ceiling in this room, drop the ceiling in that room, so there's two. All right, this stuff's still a little in flux, but this is Shay's bedroom, and I've decided to leave the vaulted ceiling in it because why not? Additionally, I can put him a little reader's nook area, trophy display area right up there, and he's going to have, you know, some sort of ladder right here to go along with his trapdoor in the closet down there. There is talk of bridging across this and carrying that all the way into this room. This is the bathroom right here, and giving that room this additional storage, and the master bedroom this additional storage, probably only 2 sheets of plywood wide because it'll get pretty small up in there. There's not a whole lot of expense in doing that. I'm going to have the floorboards down regardless, so you're looking at a couple of sheets of plywood or whatnot, but you got to maintain the envelope, right? So if I do that, I have to fully tape and seal all of that, I think, and not a lot of money there, but a substantial amount of work definitely going in right there. So, you know, there's still some thoughts. Or would I? Could I just leave bare insulation showing up in there and just leave this as the envelope? I guess all it would take is whatever doors, be they trapdoor or otherwise, I guess those would have to seal. Anyways, this house does not need more storage, but I hate hidden rooms. So there's still some thoughts there. Also, this lumber, we are going to flatten this ceiling by going from the top of that second stub wall straight across, and it's going to give us, maybe an 8-foot section up there that's flat rather than peaking it all the way to the top. And that'd be a great place for, like, you know, a ceiling fan and stuff like that to redistribute the heat from this lower room down in here. So that's what these in theory are all for. This is long stuff, no doubt, but the problem is only about 4 of these will span this entire way. So clearly I'm going to have to reverse them and go the other direction. I can go this or that, it doesn't matter. I plan on putting, the original plan was putting like a trap door, storage trap door that folded down over the top of something. So that'll either be up here in the center in the aisleway or up there in the center in the aisleway, but this will be definitely a storage location. I didn't have to pay for it. They all dried really flat, but some of them dried badly bowed. So I'm probably going to have to snap lines on the long ones and trim it. But you consider that some of them are a full inch or 2 1/8 inches thick. Even if I take off, you know, a considerable amount, they're still going to hold the weight. And price was right. Additionally, it was very clear once they're stacked up here, they didn't have many more years in the pile, even stickered. They there's a fair bit of this that's no good due to rot that has started. So. Oh, okay. Now I got to reload all that crap. What was I thinking? Reload all that crap on the trailer, dump it in the river house, dump the trailer somewhere, and then I got to come up here and figure out what the heck am I going to do with all this. I believe it was 1x6, designed to be cut for a roof extension on my brother's house. So it's the batting that the metal would sit on. But I didn't build with that, so I'll have to figure it out. I did, speaking of the roof, because the wind is blowing and the rain stopped for a couple of hours now, it dried the roof off. So I made note of my leaks. There was one leak there, one leak here, 2 leaks there. I took some measurements on the floor with the tape measure, and I went up on top and located, at least in a 2-foot circle, where those problems were. And I believe I found and fixed this one. That one I'm less sure about, and I'm really quite sure I found and fixed this one. There didn't seem to be anything that hadn't already been sealed over there. So I just put a piece of tape over some suspected holes that were filled with caulking. So with luck, those are the last drips, and we'll know tomorrow because it is supposed to rain. We used to get snow in the winter. We just don't get snow anymore.